What's up, boys, and welcome back to the Monday Crypto Show. Hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to go over a few things. Bitcoin is above 72k. Amazing to see it. Every single Monday we do these videos. We go higher and higher. Like, this is just amazing to see. Fear and Greed Index, we'll go over that. We'll go over a few altcoins and just check out the whole bigger picture. So let's get straight into it. And by the way, this video is brought to you by Femex. You can find it in the link below. Sign up, trade with me. I might open some copy trading on Femex or on Blowfin, so make sure you join it. Okay, let's get straight into it. So, you can see us being extremely bullish. Like, since we had the crash last Monday, Tuesday, we've been going up almost continuously. Like, we had some pullbacks, but that is nothing too big, like less than 5% pullbacks. So you can see that we were extremely bullish over the past week, and I think that is going to continue even this week, because you can see the price obviously being bullish, like going up like this. We've been going up for weeks on weeks now. Like the last 3 weeks we went up 40% on BTC in the last 3 weeks. If you're asking, is this a bull run? Might as well quit crypto completely. Like, I don't know what you're doing here. This is a full-on bull run, but I think we're just at the start of it. Like, you know, money rotates through the markets. It won't always be up, but I think the targets that we are looking for are pretty realistic, because I don't think there's a single reason to stop at like 84k. Like, not a single reason to stop at those prices. So we'll see. Everything is possible. We'll stay updated. We'll be able to play around with it. So you can see on this chart, I did this whole macro trending fib, and you could see some maybe mid-term targets, like not short-term but not long-term. Like 80k is not a target to aim for like 3 or 4 months from now. Like, I'm aiming for 80k in the next few weeks, even if not maybe this week. Like, who knows, 80k is possible. Like, why not when we have let's see, the last 3 weekly candles, this one since the open was around 10%, let's say it like that, and since we opened this week, 8% would put us at around 75k. The week before we had a move of 20% would put us around 85 to 90k, I think, from the open. So let's see, 20% would put us at around 84k or something. So no, not a single reason not to go to 80k this week. Like, it would be extremely bullish, it would be extremely overextended, but still quite possible. As for the pullbacks, at least for now, until proven wrong, you could technically long 69k with a stop below the last low, and just aim for that to be your long triggers. So aiming for these 75s, aiming for 80s, aiming for 74.6 is one of my levels. So that's about it. Like, you could see this could be counted as a range, like from 62k to 69k, with a mid-range around here. We talked about this in the last video. We didn't get a retest of the range, but technically it's still possible. Like, that would be a solid pullback. That would be a 10% pullback, and you can't rule those things out when it comes to crypto. Like, even now, when we are extremely bullish, like today we had a candle, like up until now we had a 5% move to the upside. There's not a single reason to go 10% down, not to go 10% down from these prices. So you can't rule those out. One thing that we have to mention is definitely the Fear and Greed Index. Like, this is a metric you use as a side thing, like not as a main thing. In my first bull run, I used this as a main thing. Like, yeah, the Fear and Greed is at 90 or something, and I sold, and it just continued going up. That is not how it works. So when Fear and Greed gets into extreme greed, that is when you have to start being cautious. But it doesn't mean you have to sell. That means it could stretch out for the next 3 months or so, just continuing being in the in the extreme greed levels. Like it could go really high, and you could see with every single bull. I mean, this is not as new, but you could see that extreme greed can last for quite a long time, which can be seen here. Like we are above 90s, we are around 85 to 95 level for like a few months even. So that is what I'm trying to say. Even though we could be at extreme greed, that doesn't mean that we'll stop there, like price wise. Even if we go like to 85k and extreme greed goes to 95 levels, doesn't mean we can't go to 100k from there. So there is something to keep in mind. Now let's check out the Bitcoin dominance chart and see how we are doing. We are still ranging when it comes to Bitcoin dominance. Like we are still not having any big and significant moves, neither to the upside nor the downside. Like if you go to the, let's say, weekly, you could see maybe this level as being confluential, but like there is just our range that we are ranging in right now. Like it's been weeks that we are ranging in this move. So we aim for lower if we want our alts to go higher, and if BTC decides to rally or dump violently, we should aim for these higher levels. Now this wouldn't be good. This wouldn't be good at this part of the cycle, because usually you want BTC maybe moving up, let's say like this whole move is the most you would want in a bull market, and that is 11% from here, and 11% from here would be halfway up. Let's say 58 would be our target for the top side. Like if BTC decides to rally or dump, we would want 58.3 tagged, or 58s, doesn't matter. So if we get a move up there like this, maybe something like I'm just drawing it out, this becomes a resistance. This is your best place to enter alts, either way, if we drop or if we go up, because if this move happens and BTC is moving up, alts are not going to catch up in the slightest. Like just how it's been going on here. You could maybe prop up a BTC chart here and see it was like the crypto chart, and see it was mostly BTC moving here and not the altcoins. So keep that in mind. If you enter here, like if you enter at this phase of the market, or let's say here, you would most likely see something like this. And this whole move is where your altcoins will rally like crazy. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. ETH is finally over 4k, by the way. Like as of today, we've tagged 4k, but we haven't been able to trade above it. Maybe we close the daily above 4k. That would be amazing, and that will make us extremely close to the all-time highs. Like let's say from 4k we have a move of like 20% for ETH, which is not a lot when you factor in the fact that it's an altcoin, it's not BTC. It can move 20% easily. So a 20% move to the all-time highs, and that is when the party begins. Like that is when all the fun starts. So once we cross the all-time high for ETH, I think that is when most of your alts, like once we cross the all-time high, that is where most of your alts will rally hundreds and thousands of percent. So keep that in mind. Solana is behaving amazingly. I'm not in a trade on this one. Like I've got caught out, as you guys know, but still it's moving amazing. It's tagged 150s. I think 170s are on the table in the next week or two. So INJ and Celestia are not performing well. Like I really don't like this. The bid is non-existent on these coins. Like let's go to the daily. Like, every single time you have a move to the upside, it immediately gets sold out. Okay, Ondo is an interesting one. Like it's still trading extremely violently, but it's calmed down a bit. Like we don't get 10+% wicks on the daily anymore. But I don't know. It's in this whole 618 area of our two trend fibs. So we'll see how this one plays out. Like I'm currently long on it. We got a dip this morning and I bought it up. So we'll see what happens. Like I'm not advising anyone to trade this one. Now Vanry has been moving to the upside continuously. Like it's not stopping, and they just today ruled out AI, like the AI part of Venry, which is extremely bullish. So the targets for this one are like $1 easily, like 5x from here is an easy move for Venry, but I think it goes higher, to be honest. Like, I don't know, $3-4, who knows? Like, this is my biggest bag for a reason. That's all I'll tell you guys. Zig, again, AI moving pretty well. Like, I'm really liking this move. You guys know that I told you, when we break out of this, we will have an extremely violent move, and that is exactly what we've done. Like, the breakthrough was violent, the retest was violent, then we had a day of pausing, and we continued moving up. Like, if you bought when I told you guys, you would have been up 35% right now. And we're not selling here, of course, but I'm just saying, you would be up 35%. So, don't fade my conviction. Venry, Zig, SDEX is moving extremely well again. Like, don't fade my conviction. I have conviction in a few coins, and I wouldn't recommend any of you guys fading it. Like, nothing is financial advice, but research them for yourself and you'll see why we are so extremely bullish. So let's recap what we had to say. We are in the greed segment, which makes the market a bit dangerous. It could pull back quite a bit. It could pull back violently, but I think we continue moving to the upside. I think this week we tagged 74.6. Yeah, I think we tagged 74.6. Possibly 80Ks, like possibly 80Ks, I don't know. It's not impossible. So I'm extremely bullish in the short term, in the mid term, in the long term. I think if you lock it in the next few months, possibly few years, like it could be a super cycle, it could last maybe 2 years, who knows. If you lock it in, you'll make incredible amounts of money. So now is not the time to be away from the markets. So that is basically all I wanted to recap you guys for the past week and what we have for the next week. Again, if you want to support me, sign up to Blowfin or Femex with my links and trade there. And that's about everything I have to say. Like, I appreciate all of you guys who made it up to here. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you like the video, and that's about it. See you guys.